Curtis and Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg. In obituary news this morning, funeral service for Carolyn R. Weldon, age 85, of Fayetteville, is today at 2 p.m. from Curtis and Son North. Visitation 2 hours prior to the service from noon until 2 at the North Chapel. Online condolences at curtisandsonfh.com. Mrs. Weldon died February the 17th. Curtis and Son Funeral Home, North Chapel, directing. Donna Sue Browning died February the 18th at Coosa Valley Medical Center. A memorial service will be held Saturday, February 24th at Curtis and Son North, beginning at 11 a.m. I'll be able to officiate that service. Visitation prior to the memorial service from 10 until 11 o'clock on Saturday. Online condolences at curtisandsonfh.com. Curtis and Son Funeral Home, North Chapel, directing. Funeral service for Betty Joe Owsley, age 86, of Talladega. That service today at 2 p.m. from Ursery Funeral Home Chapel in Talladega, with Robert Klotz officiating. Burial in the Pine Hill Memorial Park. The family will receive friends today, 1 until 2 at the funeral home. Mrs. Owsley, a graduate of Jacksonville State University, and had a lengthy teaching career in the Talladega County area. Online condolences at urseryfuneralhome.com. Ursery Funeral Home in Talladega in charge of the arrangements. A private family service will be held at a later date for William R. Papa Bill McNeil, age 84. Mr. McNeil died Sunday, February the 18th at Coosa Valley Medical Center. Online condolences at radleysmith.com. Radley Smith Funeral Home announcing the arrangements. J.W.J. Gallagher, age 81, of Munford, died February 19th. The family receiving friends tonight at 5 until 9 at the funeral home. The funeral service will be held 10 a.m. Thursday at the Ironton Church of Christ. Online condolences at Ursery Funeral Home in Talladega. Ursery Funeral Home, Talladega, in charge of the arrangements. Funeral service for Mr. John Wood Gallagher, age 81, of Munford. I think that's one in the same. Ursery Funeral Home, Talladega, with the arrangements there. Funeral service for the Reverend Arthur Earl Gordon, age 87, of Alexander City, is today at 3 p.m. from Colmer Memorial United Methodist Church, with the Reverend Ira Dillard Laney officiating. Burial in the Hillview Memorial Park. The family receiving friends today, 1:30 to 2:30 at the church. Reverend Gordon died Saturday, February the 17th at Chapman Healthcare Center. His home church was Colmer United Methodist Church, although Reverend Gordon pastored throughout the area in his time in ministry. Memorial messages can be sent to the family at radleyfuneralhome.com. Radley Funeral Home directing. Funeral service for Betty Ruth Jackson, age 85, is today at 1 o'clock from the Chapel of Kilgore Funeral Home in Pell City. Interment in the Blue Eye Cemetery in Lincoln. The family receiving friends today, noon until 1 o'clock at the funeral home. Miss Jackson died Friday, February the 16th. Online condolences at kilgorefh.com. Kilgore Funeral Home, Pell City directing. Mr. James Black, age 78, died February the 20th. Funeral arrangements to be announced later by Terry's Metropolitan Mortuary. Funeral service for Zena Gooden, age 16. That service was Saturday at DeForest Chapel in Talladega, and Aniston Funeral Service directed that service. Helen Gaither Gurley, age 88, died February the 19th at her residence. Funeral service 2 o'clock Thursday at Stockdale Baptist Church, with Kevin Jones and David Gaither officiating. The family will receive friends tonight, 6 until 8 at the funeral home. Online condolences at urseryfuneralhome.com. Ursery Funeral Home in Talladega, directing. The family receiving friends tonight, 6 until 8 at the funeral home. George McGregor, age 68, died February the 20th in Sylacauga. Online condolences at communityfuneralhome.org. Community Funeral Home, Sylacauga, directing. Randall Shoemate, age 94, died Sunday. Memorial service will be held today at 1 o'clock from First Baptist Church in Pell City with Dr. Branson Isley officiating. Burial in the Valley Hill Memorial Gardens. The station today, 11:30 until 1 p.m. at First Baptist Church. Mr. Shoemate served in the Army as a Master Sergeant during World War II from 1944 to 1946. In lieu of flowers, donations can be made to the international headquarters at 2900 Point Drive, Tampa, Florida, 33607. A Banks Mortuary and Crematory, directing. Jasper Otis Watts, age 73, died February the 19th. Funeral service Thursday at 2 p.m. from Ursery Funeral Home Chapel with burial in the Midway Memory Gardens. Gary Plummer will officiate the service. The family will receive friends noon until 2 on Thursday at Ursery Funeral Home. Mr. Watts was a native of Clay County, but lived in Talladega County for some 45 years. Online condolences at urseryfuneralhome.com. Ursery Funeral Home, Talladega, directing. Mr. Carl Kenneth Stratton, age 88, of Lincoln, died February the 18th. Funeral service will be held Thursday at 2 o'clock from First United Methodist Church of Pell City with the Reverend Byron Vance officiating. Interment in the Lincoln Cemetery. The family receiving friends tonight, 5 until 7 at the funeral home in Pell City. In lieu of flowers, donation can be made to the Hall of Heroes, P.O. Box 1114, Talladega, Alabama, 35161. Online condolences at urseryfuneralhome.com. Ursery Funeral Home, directing. Funeral service for Nellie Edwards, age 74, of Alexander City, is today at 1 o'clock. From the chapel of Radley Funeral Home, Brother Bill Young officiating. Burial in the Hillview Memorial Park. The family receiving friends today, noon until 1 o'clock at the funeral home. Mrs. Edwards died Monday, February 19th at Jackson Hospital in Montgomery. Radley Funeral Home, directing. Evadine Jones, age 94, of Sylacauga, died on Tuesday at Greenbrier Nursing Home in Birmingham. Radley Smith Funeral Home, Sylacauga, announcing. And Billy R. Roberts, age 92, of Sylacauga, died on Tuesday at St. Vincent's East in Birmingham. Funeral arrangements are pending. They'll be announced later by Radley Smith Funeral Home. These obituaries presentation of Curtis & Son Funeral Home, the North Chapel on Highway 21 in Sylacauga, and the Childersburg Chapel on Highway 280 in Childersburg. 256-245-4361 for pre-need, funerals, burials, or cremation. It's Curtis & Son Funeral Home. Since 1975, the North Chapel on Highway 21 in Sylacauga and the Childersburg Chapel on Highway 280 in Childersburg. It is Curtis & Son Funeral Home.